Sport gives us heroes, but it also gives us scandal. These are 20 of the most controversial sportsmen in history, champions whose achievements were overshadowed by doping, crime, cheating, or sheer bad behavior. A quick note, these are documented public controversies, and some were disputed or resolved in court. Let's count them down.
At number 20, tennis legend John McEnroe. One of the greatest players of his era, he was equally famous for his volcanic temper. His screaming clashes with umpires, most memorably, "You cannot be serious!" brought fines, point penalties, and in 1990, a first-ever disqualification from the Australian Open. He turned the on-court meltdown into an art form.
Number 19, Australia's Nick Kyrgios. Blessed with enormous talent, he's become tennis's great lightning rod. Racket smashes, arguments with officials, accusations of tanking, and a long list of fines and code violations have followed him for years. Fans still can't agree whether he's box office entertainment or a bad example for the sport.
Number 18, 12-time Olympic medalist Ryan Lochte. At the 2016 Rio Games, he claimed he'd been robbed at gunpoint, a story that quickly fell apart. Investigators found that he and teammates had actually vandalized a gas station bathroom and fabricated the robbery. The scandal, dubbed Lochtegate, cost him major sponsors and a 10-month suspension.
Number 17, baseball superstar Alex Rodriguez. One of the most gifted hitters the game has ever seen. A-Rod admitted using steroids earlier in his career. Then, in the biogenesis scandal, he was hit with a suspension for the entire 2014 season, the longest doping ban in modern baseball history, after a bitter, very public fight with the league.
Number 16, undefeated boxing icon Floyd Mayweather. 50 wins, no losses, and staggering wealth, but a troubling record outside the ring. He served jail time in 2012 for domestic battery and faced multiple domestic violence allegations over the years. A history critics argue his fame and box office power too often pushed into the background.
Number 15, French football maverick Eric Cantona. A talismanic Manchester United hero, he produced one of the most shocking moments in sports history in 1995, launching himself into the crowd to deliver a flying kung fu kick at an abusive spectator. He was banned for 8 months and came close to ending his career entirely.
Number 14, one of the greatest to ever play, Zinedine Zidane. His glittering career ended in stunning fashion at the 2006 World Cup final when he headbutted Italy's Marco Materazzi in the chest and was sent off. France went on to lose, and the image of Zidane walking past the trophy became one of football's most unforgettable moments.
Number 13, baseball's all-time hits leader, the late Pete Rose. Charlie Hustle should have been a certainty for the Hall of Fame, but in 1989, he was banned for life for betting on games while managing the Cincinnati Reds. He denied it for over a decade before finally admitting the truth and remained shut out of the sport he defined. Number 12, mixed martial arts' biggest star, Conor McGregor. A brilliant fighter and showman, his career has been shadowed by trouble outside the cage, including a 2018 attack on a bus full of fighters, and, in 2024, an Irish civil jury finding him liable for assault. His outbursts have generated as many headlines as his fights.
Number 11, golf's global icon, Tiger Woods. In 2009, a late-night car crash outside his home exposed a series of extramarital affairs, triggering one of the most spectacular falls from grace in sports. Lost sponsors, a broken marriage, and a career thrown into chaos. A 2017 arrest for driving under the influence of prescription medication added to the turbulence.
Number 10, former South African cricket captain Hansie Cronje. A deeply respected leader, he stunned the cricketing world in 2000 when he admitted taking money from bookmakers to fix matches. He was banned from the game for life. Just 2 years later, he died in a plane crash at only 32, leaving behind a complicated and divided legacy.
Number 9, Uruguay's brilliant but volatile striker, Luis Suárez. One of the most prolific goal scorers of his generation, he has bitten 3 different opponents over his career, including Italy's Giorgio Chiellini at the 2014 World Cup. He also served a lengthy ban for racially abusing Manchester United's Patrice Evra. Few players are as gifted or as polarizing. Number 8, NFL quarterback Michael Vick.
a dazzling, electrifying talent who redefined his position. His career was derailed in 2007 when he was convicted for running an illegal dogfighting operation. He served nearly 2 years in federal prison. He later returned to the league and campaigned for animal welfare, but the scandal came to define his public image.
Number 7. Baseball's home run king, Barry Bonds. He holds the sport's most hallowed record, but it is forever clouded by the BALCO steroid scandal. Though he was never convicted of doping, the suspicion has kept him out of the Hall of Fame, despite a resume that many consider the greatest of any hitter ever. He remains the face of baseball's steroid era.
Number 6. Canadian sprinter Ben Johnson. At the 1988 Seoul Olympics, he stormed to 100-meter gold in a world record time, only to test positive for a banned anabolic steroid days later. Stripped of his medal and his record, his downfall became the most infamous drug disqualification in Olympic history and a symbol of sports doping problem.
Number 5. The Blade Runner, Oscar Pistorius. A double amputee sprinter, he made history competing at the 2012 Olympics against able-bodied athletes, a global symbol of triumph over adversity. But on Valentine's Day 2013, he shot and killed his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp. He was convicted of murder and imprisoned in an almost unimaginable fall from grace.
Number 4. Iron Mike Tyson. The youngest heavyweight champion in history, he was the most feared man in boxing and one of its most troubled. He served 3 years in prison following a 1992 rape conviction and in 1997 was disqualified for biting off part of Evander Holyfield's ear during a title fight. His life outside the ring was as turbulent as his power inside it.
Number 3. Footballing genius Diego Maradona. Perhaps the most naturally gifted player who ever lived, his career was a dizzying mix of magic and scandal. He punched in the infamous Hand of God goal at the 1986 World Cup, was thrown out of the 1994 tournament after failing a drug test, and battled cocaine addiction for much of his life, adored and condemned in equal measure.
Number 2. NFL Hall of Famer O.J. Simpson. A beloved superstar turned defendant in the so-called trial of the century, he was acquitted of murdering his ex-wife and her friend in 1995, but a civil court later found him liable for their deaths. In 2008, he was convicted in a separate armed robbery case. Few figures in sport have ever divided public opinion more sharply.
And at number 1, cyclist Lance Armstrong. He won a record 7 Tour de France titles after surviving cancer, becoming a global hero and an inspiration to millions, until it all unraveled. Investigators exposed what they called the most sophisticated doping program sport had ever seen. After years of fierce denials and attacks on his accusers, he was stripped of every title and confessed in 2013. The ultimate rise and fall.